We got to talk about this. I am going to share my screen because I was watching some commentary from Michelle A. Brown. Shout out to her. And she shared a video. So I want to share the video that she shared because I found it a little bit suspicious when it comes to Quad, because apparently there are a lot of questions about Quad's relationship. Is she really with this man? Is he really who she is proclaiming him to be, which is this well-to-do guy that bought her a Rolls Royce, but yet from the appearance of the show, it looks like he's living up in her house. And if he either owns or works for a luxury rental car agency, him quote unquote gifting her a Rolls Royce is questionable, because it's like, not that we really even care, but it's because she's presented this to the viewing audience. Let's see them papers. Did he actually buy this vehicle? Is your name on it? Are you just driving one of the vehicles that's on the lot that any customer can rent? Just saying. But before I continue, I definitely want to say that these are just my views that I'm expressing. It is my opinion, and any content shared is for fair use and commentary and for entertainment or or educational purposes only. So I'm not trying to claim any of this content, and I'm just sharing my opinion about it. But listen, I talked about it a little bit before, and I really feel that they're giving Lateasha a hard time, and people want to make it seem like Dr. G and Lateasha are coming for Quad and coming for her relationship, and Dr. G is just jealous. And listen, she was the one that in that first scene of the last episode, she wanted to make it seem like Dr. Gregory is just so pressed about her, and he just seems like he's not over me. It just seems like he's not over me. No, you don't want him to be over you. And I'm tired of the line of people talking about she's just getting her licks back. She got her lick back when she dragged that man's sleep number mattress up out of his house, that people are trashing his house, okay? It wasn't Quad's house. When she was married to Dr. G, okay, it was their house together. But like she said, I gave up that marriage. I let him go. I filed for divorce. So you left. It was his house before she came there, and it's his house after she left. So it was not Quad's house. So people saying that Lateasha is living up in Quad's old house, it was not Quad's house. It was her home while she was living with her husband, and she chose to leave the relationship. Okay. So to trash Lateasha for living in a home that her husband owns is crazy. And people just make it seem like, this is a problem with a lot of people, especially when it seems like the aesthetic of Atlanta. I've never lived there, never had a desire to live there. And I'm not down talking anybody that does or that lives in Atlanta adjacent. Because from what they portray on these reality shows and all of the different things that showcases Atlanta, they just make Atlanta out to be this very superficial place where everybody who is somebody is driving a Bentley or Rolls Royce or a G Wagon or some vehicle that costs six figures or more. You're living in these huge, expensive homes that you really can't even afford. Houses are, and they're supposed to be not just investments, but they're supposed to be property that appreciates in value. I don't think a whole lot of people really know the value of a dollar. So to think that someone would buy a house, didn't live in it for that long, and then just sell it like that and think that you're going to really have that much equity. Yes, houses most appreciate in value, but it takes at least a little bit of time. So these people that are just like acting like people should get in and out of these houses, like, no knock to Toya and Dr. Eugene, because I actually like the two of them. This isn't a knock to them, but it's just the truth. This show has been on for 11 seasons. And how many times has Toya and Dr. Eugene moved? I don't care how much they claim that the house that they were in, that they bought and built, was so much more money than when they bought it, that they had to sell it so that they could buy something bigger. That's really not that smart. And quite honestly, even though they may have made a little bit of profit, when you consider all of the times that they have to pack up and move, that's not cheap, especially with the size of the homes that they have lived in. We're not talking about people who move from 1 2 bedroom apartment to a 3 bedroom apartment, and what, like, come on now. This is just getting ridiculous, that people just feel like, well, he should have sold that house and bought her another house. How dare he have her move into that house? Or she's living in Quad's old dig. She's living in Quad's old house. It's not Quad's house. She once lived there. Absolutely. But Dr. G, even though he may have, his quirks about himself, 100% he does. I'm never here to say that he's perfect. He doesn't strike me as somebody that's stupid. He doesn't strike me as somebody who just is out here wasting money. Okay? He seems like he's smart with his money, whereas you had Quad, because Toya offended her, whatever season that was, when she was living in a 3-level townhome that was absolutely beautiful, but she got offended that Toya called it an apartment. She decided to go and buy a mansion that's bigger than the home that Toya and Dr. Eugene were living in. Like, is that smart? And if Quad did not have the checks that she had from being on Married to Medicine, would she be able to afford to continue to live there? I say no. That's my personal opinion. Y'all can be out here talking about, oh, she was smart with her money. She made very great investments and whatever. Listen, there are people out here that have actual, real, legitimate careers. And I'm not saying that being on reality TV isn't, but it's not guaranteed. And they are not in a place where they could afford to live the type of life that Quad is living, where all she's doing is traveling and always on vacation and living in a mansion. And for what? Quad suffers from that, I believe, that syndrome of wanting to please other people, even the people who don't really like her or don't care for her, all just to say that, well, you wish you were me. Like she told Lateasha, you want to be me. You really want to be me. Girl, bye. But anyway, I want to share this this clip from this video. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. All right, so I'll share my screen here. Shout out to Michelle A.T. Brown. But I was doing some work earlier and I was listening to this video, and I really found it interesting that Quad and her man, they did a live, and then they were inviting people to join the live to ask questions or talk or whatever. And I really was disgusted by it, but I'm going to share this video and I'll get into what really annoyed me about it.
And go to the police department and try to quote unquote file some charges. And so for the moment until we were done investigating, they had said that King can film, but he could not film with the rest of the group at that time. But he could, of course, we have our own personal story, so he could continue to film with me.
I don't know if you just saw that comment at the bottom. I want to rewind a little bit. Let's see if I can go there. Well, it was a comment at the bottom, and they said, I've never really seen them display any real affection towards each other. And I actually agree with that.
But this is my man, and we're a package. So I'm saying, but forever, everyone has always asked me about this car, where your man at, and you don't have a man and this and that and other. And so now I'm sharing this with you that I do have a man, and it was kind of like a slap in the face when it was stated that he could not at that time film with him.
Somebody said they didn't break up because they were they were never together.
Rest of the group. Now, one thing about it, what's up? One thing about it, once the investigation was underway, then the truth really came out. And of course, you all will see how the finale goes. So that's all that I can tell you. Should we take another caller? Okay, take another caller. Take another caller. Just accept anyone, honey.
Somebody said majority of relationships online are fake. They're just joining the reindeer games.
Accept anyone.
I agree with that.
Okay.
But this is a part that ticked me off.
Hey.
All right, before this person starts talking, I'm just going to let you know the reason this bothered me is because Quad and her so-called man, they're sitting here doing this live, and they're inviting people to join their live to speak to them, to ask them questions or whatever, right? And this person was going in on Lateasha, and she claims that she knows her. So what are the odds that Quad and her man are doing this live, and this random person that Quad does not know joins the live to start trashing Lateasha? Not just to trash her in a way of, I watch her on TV and I don't like her for A, B, and C, and X, Y, and Z. No, she's claiming she knows Lateasha, and she's going in on her, and it was foul. Let me go ahead and play it.
Hey, can you hear me, Quiet?
We can hear you. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. I've been a fan forever. Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Shelby. Shelby County, Memphis. I live in Memphis. I Quad.
You from Memphis?
I'm not from Memphis. I'm from Dyersburg.
Okay, I'm from Memphis.
Yes, but I live in Memphis now.
Call in,
but that's what I was going to ask, because I was worried about the banning, and I was curious about that. I heard
Shout out to Tia.
Heavenly say that he was at the reunion.
What happened?
I heard Heavenly say that he was at the reunion. Was he able to film at the reunion?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I filmed the reunion. Absolutely.
Okay. So all that's a lie. Because all the lies I hear about y'all.
Came for a week. That was it.
He had to get out his feelings.
Okay, all right. That makes me feel better, because I was like, what? No, I didn't even see him hit nobody. He just ran at him.
I strike him, punch him, tap him, touch him. Nothing at all. His feelings were bruised.
Yeah, I could tell King's feelings were bruised too when he said, "You said that to Quad?" And he said, "I did." And he said, "I didn't hear that." He should have shut up, because he didn't even realize that he was talking to you.
Right.
And said that until King was like, "Hold on, you said that to Quad?" He's like, "I sure did." Like, you have a big fucking mouth or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what made King mad.
Well,
he should have just shut up.
Yeah, here's the thing though. Like, we really, that night, we were just kind of enjoying ourselves. And I was just basically, really, it started with me just being up talking about how good I feel in my relationship. And, I've gone through a lot, and I've shared every part of that. And so now I'm happy, and I want to share that as well. And with that being said, I think,
gotta look at this shit for a second. Hold on.
babe, why would you have me to look at that?
Real quick.
Baby, honey, am I not, I guess the whole thing going on right there.
Multitask.
I'm sorry. Baby, let me just handle it. Go do something. Go do something else.
This comment right here says someone says she has a certain type of fan, and I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's ridiculous right now. He's showing me all the time. Can you put that right? Jesus, can you put it? Okay, I'm sorry. I just, but no, so it was really just me bigging up and talking about how great life was for me, right? How good are in my relationship. It wasn't for me to make anyone feel any less or anything like that, but ex's feelings. I don't have his feelings. You understand what I'm saying? I should be able to talk about the great things that's going on in my life and how I feel about my man. And so that's kind of how that happened. So we really didn't really talk to me. And what King really wanted him to do at that time when he said, "Hey, all I want you to do is just, if you were talking to her, go over and apologize to her. And if you want to say something else to her, you say it to me. If Quad gets out of line and she says something disrespectful to you, you tell me and I'll deal with Quad." And that wasn't well received. And that was like the most mature masculine way that I felt could have been communicated, because he's right. This is a man with, if I am being disrespectful or out of line, I think my ex should have probably, and then King could have brought it to my attention. And we could have.
I'm wondering if this is the part, because there was let me see if this is the same person. And I apologize, guys, because, okay, yeah, that's not the right one. It's this one. Let me go back. I apologize, because I was like, hold up. I don't think that's the one. Okay, I'm going back. So here we go.
Okay, next time
somebody gotta have their phone working right.
Okay, well, we got a couple more people. In the meantime, Austin, Texas, what's good? Somebody said add me. Okay, I'm trying to see. Hey, bro. Hey, sis, how you doing?
See, okay. Ah, my God. That part where someone said Quad has a certain type of fan, I actually agree with that, but I'm going to go ahead and let this play, guys, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because I really found this suspicious. And again, this is Quad and her man's live, where they were so-called randomly selecting people to join the live to talk to them and ask them questions. And this chick was going in on Lateasha so hard and heavy, and says that she knows Lateasha. So I just really found it questionable. Let's just go ahead.
Good. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful, but you guys went dark. But can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you just fine.
Baby,
You can see us?
I can't see you, but that's okay. I can hear you.
I didn't watch it, so I don't
so
know.
grateful that you always, every time I leave you guys a compliment, Quad, you always like it on your page.
Thank you.
I am always the one saying,
Let me say this while this lady talking. Y'all remember, didn't Nene just say the same thing? Unless she is married to somebody, she is not going to put them on her social media and expose them to the world anymore, because these men out here be clout chasing. Clearly, the chauffeur dude, he want everybody to rent his exotic cars. Okay, everybody talk about him on the Google. They said he is great. Anytime you want any luxury vehicles, call Kirk King, honey. Call Kirk King. Hold on, I'm gonna show you in a minute.
hey sis, tell my bro I said hi. I love you guys together so much.
Thank you so much. Sweet baby. It is very nice. We appreciate that.
Love y'all. And I just wish King could have just got one hit.
No,
Definitely press charge.
Do you see how foul that is? She wanted this nigga to put his hands on Dr. G when Dr. G told no lies. He didn't say anything wrong to him. And he came up to Dr. Gregory to ask him a question, and he responded accurately to say, "This is what I said, and do you really think that makes sense? If your woman going to come up to me and say some stuff to me that I cannot respond to her, I have to come and speak to you, even though she came and said something to me. Do you really think that makes sense?" But he may not be that smart, so that actually may make sense to him. But we're not talking about a female putting their hands on a man, which is wrong too. Flat out, that's wrong. But a woman can come up and say something to a man, but he can't respond to her. She has to feel so safe that he can't even respond to her. He has to go and find the man that she's in a relationship to go and say, "Look, my dude, I think you should know that your woman came up to me to say," like, are you serious right now? He can't even respond to her with words. Get the heck up here. And then this heifer, who has a similar hairline that Quad does. I'm sorry, guys. I had to be messy with that. Like Mariah said, without a wig, that's Mr. Potato Head. But anyway, she's saying she wishes that King had gotten one good lick in. Put his hands on Dr. Gregory for what?
I know. I always say he suffers from LDS. He suffers from LDS.
What's that?
I don't think I can say it on live. He suffers from little dick syndrome, and that's why he was abusive.
See, this is the bullshit. Why? First of all, what do you know about Dr. G's penis size? And these two sitting there laughing at it like it's funny. And correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't Quad have a mugshot the same date and time of booking as Dr. G? They put their hands on each other. I'm not saying that it is okay for a man to put his hands on a woman, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is not me being a pick-me or not being a girl's girl or whatever. Like I told you guys, I try my best to be on the side of right. And Quad strikes me as the type to be antagonistic and put her hands on, somebody, because that's just how she is. You saw how dramatic she was with Mariah, amongst other people, just giving a few examples. So I could see her swinging and whatever, and he's trying to restrain or whatnot, and the police book them both. I'm sorry. Quad to me is not a victim. And if she was a victim, why would she have asked Lateasha last season if she could give him a hug? Do you know any woman in their right mind that was being, by their ex-lover, ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, whatever, and would even want to be in the same room with them, let alone give them a hug? Get the F up out of here with that BS.
And he's gonna be abusive to her too.
You know how people say, she was always saying that everybody always talking about her, but isn't she talking about her ex on here? Wouldn't it be kind of odd to sit there with your new man talking about your ex with a bunch of people calling in? I don't know. This is cringe.
But she was so thirsty to be on the show. I mean, my kids went to school with her. So
Your kids with her.
Yeah, they went to school with her. We were stationed at Fort Hood, and my kids, Fort Hood is in Killeen, Texas.
Okay.
So
her friend actually told me that, Georgia Peach, her friend who's also a blogger who claimed they go to.
Do you see this? Quad doesn't like men. I actually could see that. Just saying. I'm not saying that she is a straight up, but I could see her being down for the other side, or getting into the two.
for lunch all the time. Actually told me a long time ago that, you know, she liked the lesbians.
Out there. So my older children went to school with her.
Well, I'm sure they said that she was a nice girl.
They said she was thirsty. My son.
See, this is what I'm saying. I feel like she knew this person and knew that this person was going to come up there to say that.
Talk to her because she had a flat ass, and my twins. I'm gonna put it like this: my girl looks like Aaliyah.
Oh, she's pretty.
Beautiful. She looks like her daddy. She lives in Atlanta. They look like their dad. You know, he's mixed, so they are beautiful. But yeah.
Do you hear this shit that this woman said? I'm sorry. Look at her. And she said her children are pretty because their dad is mixed. So she's already self-hating, right? And self-hating people usually don't like other people that, I wouldn't say look like them, but like resemble their skin tone. So she's pretty much saying her children have light skin because their dad is mixed. So her children are pretty. So she already doesn't like herself. And so I agree with this person's comment right here that said this is absolutely cringeworthy, because I was listening to this. I wasn't even looking at the screen when I was listening to it because I was doing some other things and I was just listening to it. And I said, hold up, this is so messy. Who is this person?
Wouldn't nobody talk to her? They would smash her because she had big breasts and she was easy. But you know, no, wasn't nothing.
Look at that. She's saying that the people, her children. So this is a mother. This is someone that is older than Lateasha, who's talking about Lateasha like she's somebody on her age, right? And she's saying that her children went to school with Lateasha, went to high school with Lateasha, and that she was easy. She had a flat ass, and they used to just smash her because she had big breasts. What mother says that about somebody that went to school with their children? This is what this chick is saying about Lateasha. And Quad is sitting here so like, oh my God, are you serious? And then look at his face. Girl.
They happened there for her.
Baby, we out here just randomly Instagram streets.
And Quad is full of shit because she's saying, and we're just sitting here randomly getting this information. No, I completely believe that they knew exactly what was going on. I didn't see this comment because, like I said, I was listening to this. I wasn't looking at the screen. Look at this comment. The person said, coming from a woman with a broken fence in her mouth. You sitting there talking about what somebody looks like, girl.
I'm just telling the truth.
Oh my God.
No lies, baby. I'm telling you the truth. But you know, it's okay. I need y'all to just keep doing what you're doing. Keep loving on each other. I'm not gonna be greedy. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for picking me to talk to you.
Well, tell me your name.
My name is Dana Duval.
Dana. Baby, go ahead, baby. Do not play with Miss Duval, but she got all the receipts. She's not out here lying.
Receipts, baby. I got the receipts. But on Instagram.
But do you have the hairline? Seems like it should be starting right about here. So it's going a little bit far back, but I guess that's what she has in common with Quad. So I guess that's what she relates with her.
You'll always see me as Compton baby doll because I'm from Compton, California, but I joined the Army. And my twins' dad, we got married in the Army. So
well, thank you for your service. We do appreciate you. I appreciate support. We didn't know you dropped the damn bomb, baby. I was just coming out here to say hey to the people.
I'm just telling you what it is.
Oh, they got the new shit. They got the smash baby.
And what man do you know sits and listens to some gossip like that, and he's sitting there sniggling and giggling like a little schoolgirl, like a little messy queen, like the chick that he's allegedly in a relationship with.
Yes, that's why she always talking about, I'll be trying to get on in, you know, I'm trying to have sex. Girl, please, you can't even feel it, so stop playing. And you knew you couldn't get pregnant anyway, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all so much.
Listen to that. Let me stop sharing the screen right now. She said all that bullcrap, and then she's like, y'all have a blessed day now. Oh my God, the ridiculousness of it all. I was listening to that earlier, and I said, oh my God, this is so foul. And I see why, if she does not come back, I see why she would not come back. I really have a whole lot more that I want to say. I'm trying to break these pieces up because it really is a whole lot. And I really got a whole lot more that I want to say, but I really wanted to share this part with you guys, or share this part from Michelle A.T. Brown's video with you guys, because when I was listening to that, I said, this is so foul. This is so messy. This is so effed up. And I see why, if she doesn't come back, why she wouldn't. This is absolutely disgusting. And a woman that says her children went to school with Lateasha and that's how she's talking about her, girl, you really got some issues. But listen, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you believe that Quad's relationship with her so-called man, like I said, it is real? You have the right to believe what you want. Let me know your opinion in the comments. And what do you think about this chick, this so-called random person that joined Quad and King's live to go in on Lateasha? Let me know your thoughts about what she had to say, what their response was to it. Do you think it was random? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.